So just trying to give everybody a quick little heads up. We're just waiting for her to come on. Hey, big congratulations to everybody. Hey, there she is. All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. We're in. We're going. We're rocking. Finally. Yay. God, I love how we're trying to do two things at once. All right. Thank you. Sorry for the technical difficulties, Jessie. I know you're busy. I know you just transplanted to good old Texas from the far east coast in Maryland. And, we're all very grateful for you being here and taking a little bit of your time to share with us about just your journey and kind of just what I would call a huge success. But I think it's great if people kind of hear a little bit of a background on kind of where you came from, if you don't mind sharing real quick, because you were just on stage with Eric Worre. And guys, if y'all don't know Jessie's story, she was just on stage with Eric Worre, who is the kind of the guru in the network marketing industry of GoPro. If you haven't read the GoPro book, I highly, highly recommend it. I've seen Eric Worre several times in my previous company that I used to work with. I love all his stuff. He's got great content. I follow him on Facebook and on Instagram. So I encourage everybody to do that. But Jessie was actually one of the main speakers at his big event just a couple of weeks ago. And I actually had friends there, and there were people on our team that were at the GoPro kind of master marketing event that they had at the big MGM Grand Arena. And I got nothing but amazing feedback about Jessie's presentation. And if you guys haven't met her, she's worth listening to and talking to because the girl went from 0 to $1 million in her first 12 months with Pruvit. So if that tells you anything about what this girl is capable of, you guys have basically gold in front of you. And we are truly blessed to have a little bit of her time to be able to sit here and kind of just just soak it all in, to be honest with you. And she's like, what do you want me to talk about? I was just like, be you. I mean, just be you. I love who you are because she breaks the mold, guys. She really does. She breaks the mold. She's not normal, which is the best part. She's got her own kind of beat. And it's working. And that's the coolest part about it. I love people that just, they don't follow status quo. And she has made not only a ripple effect, but she's actually made a tsunami effect with everybody that she's touched. And really the cool part is the movement that she's created. She's created a movement that is really I would say is just to be in awe of. But we all have the possibility to do that. Wouldn't you agree, Jessie? Everybody has the possibility to do exactly what you've done.
Yeah, so let me back it up first. Thank you for having me on. So you're grateful for me, but I'm super grateful to be on here. I see some faces of people I know and love. I see John, I see Kelly. I see a lot of you that I've seen, Jennifer, at some events. So really good seeing you live on here on this Zoom. So whenever I do Zoom trainings, I do scroll through and look at people's faces. So feel free to turn your cameras on and I'll get to know who you are. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I love what you said is just, you can all do this. And if you haven't already texted your teams or emailed your teams or whatever you do, send out smoke signals, like I will give you value. You will get directives on what to do to help your business if you're on the Zoom. So I know it's December and I know it's 7 p.m. wherever you, or I don't know where you are. Like, I get it, but I'm telling you that this is one of my favorite months of the year. December and July are two of my favorite months because people sleep on the business. They think, oh, no one wants to spend money. What are you talking about? So I'm going to help you. And who am I? I'll tell you, like, I think I belong in Texas, so I'm glad to be home, very excited. But I'm from the country in Maryland. My story, super short, is I grew up in poverty. in Middletown, Maryland. We had Take Your Tractor to School Day. We did all the country bumpkin stuff. And my family was like the have-nothings. So if you came from a have-not family, do not ever use that as your excuse as to why you're still not doing anything, because that is a choice, right? I know what it's like to not go on the field trips with people. I know what it's like to be the kid that's laughed at because your mom has to either make clothes for you, or you have to wear hand-me-downs, or you have to go to the Salvation Army or whatever. I get it. That wasn't a choice of yours. It is a choice of yours. If you're sitting here in December and you're still struggling, that is a choice. And I tell our team all the time, and I'm going to tell you tonight, because I get a little preacher leave for those of you who don't know me. And I don't really ever teach at Pruvit events, so you never get to see this side of me. But guys, like, if you haven't gone in action today, if you haven't already taken the sales like the double broth with the free Swiss cacao, and if you haven't gotten serious about this promo for the Christmas cash, and if you haven't tried to incentivize your team, and if you haven't shown up on these trainings, and if you're not showing up at the events, and if you're not showing up for yourself and for your family and for your team, you don't want it enough. Like, there's not enough hunger in your belly enough yet. And I say that because it doesn't hurt enough yet for you, right? Like, it might inconvenience you right now that you don't have the fancy cars and probably the big truck that Shane probably has. I don't know, I'm stereotyping. Or it might bother you a little bit that you know Christmas is gonna be weird and you can't put all the stuff under the tree, but it's all right. It just kind of bothers you. And it might bother you that you have to ask for money, or you have to ask for permission, or you have to ask for things, but it doesn't hurt you enough. So yet. You have to get hungry, and you have to understand that your life can be the most amazing, beautiful, blissed out, whatever that looks like for you, but you've got to get hungry. And that is the one thing I can't coach you and teach you on. I can teach you skills, and I can teach you systems, and I can teach you scripts, and I can teach you whatever Shane wants me to teach you on here tonight. And I can teach you how to make money, and I can teach you how to do these things, but I can't make you hungry, and I can't give you work ethic. So y'all need to get hungry. You need to get starving. You need to feel emaciated. You need to get steak knives for teeth, and we need to learn what we're doing tonight and for the rest of this year so we can blow up December, we can crush January, and we can roll through the new year and have our best years ever. Okay? Okay. So that's me. I don't know where I'm going with this Zoom, but I'm only wearing a coat, but I'm already sweating, so this is going to be good.
If anybody did just catch that energy, that's what I'm talking about. That's what gets you to $1 million in 12 months. It's called hungry. And Jessie, to be honest with you, I mean, let's get real, but I mean, you came from a very high level in another company, and you fell from grace. I mean, to be honest with you, right? I mean, there was a major thing that made you hungry, correct?
Yeah. So I think my past made me super hungry, and then I've been in network marketing for 3 years total. So obviously I've only been with Pruvit. I've been with our company for 14 months, but I was the #1 earner in another company. And guys, I don't sugarcoat it. I don't sugarcoat anything, okay? I was terminated, straight up terminated. I got sued. I had to sue. Like, there were 2 lawsuits at once. It was the most dramatic darkness, slander, libel, like defamation of character, you name it. Like, I don't want to hear your excuses, because people who were in my situation, y'all, like, people kill themselves in situations like that. It was the darkest, it was wild. But I will tell you, I think all of us have that driver in us where, for me, you're darn right. Like, I went from 0. No one followed me, by the way. So people go, oh, she must have brought a team. No, dude. Like, when I saw Shane for the first time at LCD, I was 6 days in business. 6 days, okay? I had already hit rank 6 because I'm a monster, okay? 8 people, y'all, okay? So that anger that I think fuels a lot of us sometimes, that I'm gonna prove you wrong. I don't know who you listen to or who your coaches are. I got nothing wrong with a little bit of I'ma show you. Because for me, I'ma show you. Just keep watching. I know you're gonna watch anyway, so let me put on a show for you. I think a lot of you, sometimes someone doesn't like you, someone says something nasty about you, someone talks crap about you, someone does whatever, and you go, is that true? No, it's never true unless you let them think it's true. So you gotta just show people, and especially show yourself who you are, right? Like, it didn't matter what they said to me. I thought, oh, really? Oh, really? You think you're going to walk across the stage at GoPro in 12 months and you're going to be the only ones walking for $1 million a year? No. I will outwork you. I will outlast you. I will show up when people don't want to show up. I will go the extra mile all the time. And the best part of me saying that about myself is all of you can choose to do that. That is a choice. I didn't know what I was doing in Pruvit. I was ignorance on fire. Knowledge, I don't want y'all to be knowledge on ice. There are people on this Zoom, this call, this live, whatever, right now, who think you need to be a ketone expert. Y'all think you need to be Rob DeBoer, who understands all. He's like, oh, let me talk about your liver, and let me talk about your kidneys. I'm Shane Fields. Let me talk about your muscles. Love you guys. All right, look, I don't know any of that. I'm not gonna pretend I know any of that. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna throw everything at the wall. I'm gonna see what sticks, and if I'm not selling the ketones, I'm gonna slow down and try something else and throw it at this wall over here. But so many of you are knowledge on ice, and you're like, oh, if I just go to 6 more events, then I'm gonna start talking to my Facebook about ketones. Okay, all right, if I get on 5 more Zooms, then I'm gonna be comfortable talking to my next door neighbor about ketones. Okay. All right, let me just lose 20 more pounds, and then I'm gonna wear the ketone t-shirt. Yo, what are you talking about? No, for all they know, you weighed 800 pounds. Okay, you could already be an after photo. Why are you acting like you gotta be perfect? No, there's no such thing as perfectionism. If you're trying to be perfect, you are procrastinating, because there's no such thing as perfection. Perfectionists, you're like, I'm just a perfectionist. I'm just waiting for the timing to be right. No, you're not. You're procrastinating. You're going to get absolutely nowhere. You think that half the people on this call, look at all these hot bodies on here. Good Lord, I need to join this team. Okay? Like, look at all these hot bodies on this call. Look like this because they said, oh, let me wait for the perfect day to go to the gym. Oh, the sun is not shining today. Not today. Not today. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I don't know about that protein shake. Hold on a minute. I don't know. No, they said, all right, today's a terrible day to go to the gym. I feel like a fat slug, whatever. Like, I'm going to go do it. You just got to go do it. Y'all need to be all rebooting tonight. I know some of you are on here, you're like, oh, I'm going to reboot next time. What are you talking about? Listen, if you want to start influencing people to do things, if you want to start having more customers, if you want to start having more recruits, if you want to start leading a team, you have to be an influencer. How do you become an influencer? You start to influence yourself. Influence begins with yourself, right? If I can't influence me to get up every day and go to the gym, if I can't influence myself to drink 2 ketones a day, if I can't influence myself to reboot 1 3-day session a month, how on God's green earth am I going to ask anybody else to starve, right? Like, how can you do that, right? How can you say to your teams, hey, you really got to get on this Zoom every single Sunday at 7 p.m. and y'all aren't on here every Sunday at 7 p.m. What are you even doing? I'm not going to listen to you. I don't want to join your team. I don't want to follow you as my leader. I'm going to look at you like, really? Really? Okay, Shane. All right. So you're telling me I'm supposed to do this, but you're not even going to do it? Because your team and your customers and your friends and your family are not going to listen to anything you say. This is lip service. They're going to watch your feet, right? They're going to watch your feet. They're going to watch your actions. They're going to see what you do. And some of you are frustrated because you're like, oh my gosh, my family doesn't take it seriously. I don't want to talk to them at Christmas these next few weeks. I don't want to talk to them over the holidays. Family is going to be your last people who support you. That's one thing y'all got to know. Family and friends, last people to support you. And it's because they're waiting for you to quit. So you got to be the one who always shows up. You've got to be the one who always has a smile on. You've got to be the one who says, yes, I still drink my ketones. I know it's been 2 years. What are you waiting for, right? You've got to be that person who shows up all the time, because that's how true influence starts. And people don't question people who are passionate. I could be over here right now lying to all of you about everything, and you're over there writing it down like I'm the Gospel of John over here, okay? Like, I'm telling you guys, it's because I'm sure about what I'm sure about. Anyone on here believe in God? Just out of curiosity. Just raise your hand if you believe in God. Okay. My God-fearing individuals. I don't care what your religion is. If somebody came and knocked on your door and said, oh, hey, Shane, so I got some news for you. Let me tell you, okay? That God guy you're talking about, Jesus, fake. Whole story's fake. No such thing as a cross. Nobody died on a cross. This is fake. There were no nails in the hands. Fake. Lies. I don't know. You just take the cross off your neck. This is fake news, bro. Shane's gonna be like, you can giddy up and get out of my house. Like, I know what I know. 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 You can go away now. And if you have that kind of certainty about who you are and about your Pruvit business and about your Pruvit team and about this team right here and about this company and about the product itself, nobody's gonna question you. Everyone's gonna go, man, I don't even know what is in these ketones, but every time somebody drinks them, they are so sure about what is going on with the ketones, I'm gonna feel like I need to buy some of these. Does that make sense to you guys? right? There's something about someone who is sure and someone who is passionate and somebody who has a belief that is unwavering that people don't question. Nobody gives you guys garbage for going to church every Sunday because they know you believe. They're not trying to convince you otherwise. So what if you had that kind of belief in your business? Where would you be today? Would you still be a rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, rank 6, rank 8, rank whatever? Or would you be building to those goals and those dreams that you keep saying matter to you? Okay, I'm preaching. I don't know. What's the next question? Is there any value in this, or am I just turning into Preacher Lee? I don't really know. It's Sunday. Y'all got me on a call on a Sunday. Okay, I gotta bring the gospel. Okay.
You're in the Southern Belt. You did perfect. You came down to the South, and you bring your Southern Belle all the way down. I love it. I think you hit a lot of great points, Jesse. And I think one of the biggest things that you bring home, every single time I get to talk with you and I get to see you in action, but more importantly, I get to see you interact with people, is you have developed a community. And the reason you've developed a community is because you have really gone out there and you've helped as many people as you can see the vision, have their goals and their dreams in front of them, and then charge after them. I mean, you're not a dictator by any means. You're a cheerleader at the most. Wouldn't you say that's probably your biggest duty that you are?
Okay, so with community and culture, that is like I could preach about culture and how to build it for a long time. So I'll kind of jump over that and I'll go straight to what you said, which is the cheerleading part. Okay, here's what some of us do, right? Actually, let me back it up to the first time you recruit somebody. How many of you have ever recruited somebody who you were sure was going to be like a Rob DeBoer? Like you were like, this person is going to be so good. They are amazing. They're so connected. Matter of fact, they're best friends with Trump. It's Obama's cousin. Like they know everybody. I'm trying to do both sides of the political spectrum, right? Like they know everybody. Oh my gosh, they're president of the country club. He's been in ketosis for 64 years, bro. Like best person ever. Always so hungry. Anyone recruited someone like this?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be good. Anyone?
Oh yeah.
Okay, if you didn't raise your hand, you've recruited no people. Okay, I'm just gonna assume. Okay, like listen, those people tend to be Liza Minnellis. They are liars. They've come down with a case of diabetes. These people are the laziest SOBs I know. Okay, almost always. Okay, and then how many of you have prejudged a little bit on the other side of the spectrum? We've got like a quiet little church mouse, and she's like, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be good at this. I've never done anything like this before, but I mean, I'm willing to give it a try. And you're kind of like, oh, okay, so Jill's going to give it a try. Great. Anyone didn't do that? You're like, oh, no, she doesn't know anybody. Okay. How many times have both of them surprised you? This little Trump's cousin or whatever is a Larry loser, right? Doesn't bring in anybody, customers none, sells no trials, joins the witness protection program, never to be seen again, uncoachable, unleadable, unteachable, knows everything. Okay. And then the little Jill situation over here, Jill's like, I'm going to be on every Zoom. I'm going to do everything you say. I want to change this for my family. And Jill kills it, right? Here's what we do sometimes. We build up things in our mind and we think we know what people want. So my biggest tip for this is please start finding out what each person actually wants, right? Find out, hey, somebody joins your team. Hey, Shane, yeah, so goals-wise, where are we trying to go with this money-wise? What do you want to make each month to start out with, right? Well, I don't know. It'd be great to make $2,000 a month. What are you going to do? You're going to drive Shane to MVP because that's $2,310 his first month, right? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. You're not going to pick this for Shane. What if Shane says, yeah, my goal is, I don't know, Jessie Lee, I really only need $200 a month. Like I really am joining because I just want to put a better Christmas under the tree for my kids. I've got 4 great kids and they deserve more than what I've been giving them, right? $200. Instead of me going, oh, but come on, Shane, like, you know Obama. Come on, man, like, please, like, you're so good. And then you literally make Shane go, no, like, stop, you're smothering me. Love him where he is. Love her where she is. Love them where they are. And don't try and set people's goals for them. Because then when they do have success and they didn't feel that weird, awkward MLM pressure all over them, next thing you know, they start going, gosh, Jessie Lee didn't treat me like I was just a number. Like, she kind of treated me just like a person and like a friend, and helped me make that $200 a month. And now I'm kind of feeling like I could maybe make $500 a month. Let me reach out to her, because now I'm comfortable talking to her, because she just cheered me on. When I hit my goals, she cheered me on. Does that make sense to some of you? Because I know sometimes people are out here like, get him to MVP, get him to champion. If it wasn't their goal, they might hit champion and then they feel awful about it. Have you guys seen this happen sometimes? They literally hit champion and then they like build a moat outside or something, and you can never cross it. You can never talk to them again. They literally like cascade themselves off. You can never get to them again, right? Because they didn't want that. So if you want to build a big, stable business, love your people harder, find out what their goals are, cheer them on, and spend more time with them. Like when we go to Epic in February, go in a day earlier, guys. Spend a team day, right? Like people were freaking out about our team at whatever that last event was, Keto Academy and more, because our whole team rolled in a day early. They all had shirts that matched. They all had blender bottles that matched. They all had matching pins. They all had whatever. They had already been trained for a full day before we went to the event. And then we even stay a day late, right? The champs always stay a day late. We kind of debrief. We get a game plan to roll into the next, section of the year together. This is how you build culture, because then it becomes the culture inside of the Pruvit culture. Then it becomes, yeah, I'm part of that team and I love it. And there's no reason you can't do that, whether your team has a team of 1 or a team of 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever. I don't know how big your team is. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just that people don't necessarily join network marketing for the money. We so often join it for recognition. We so often join it for friendship. We so often join it for that friendship and that culture, just like he mentioned culture, like the community. And so as soon as you start segregating people off and saying, oh, here's where you fit in, here's where you fit in, instead of Kelly saying, no, this is where I fit in, and Shannon saying, no, this is where I fit in, and John saying, this is what I want for my family, and Diane saying, these are my goals, and you respecting those, you shove people away. So I don't know if that was like eye-opening for some of you, but that's like a little bit on how I think you could start building some culture where people really start thriving and are more comfortable to reach out to you and have you coach them and lead them.
No, that was great. No, I think you hit it right. I mean, right exactly where it needed. People need to hear that. And it's great to hear it because, guys, I'm going to give you some real numbers on Jessie. Jessie has over 128,000 customers in her team. Let me say that again. She has over 128,000 customers in her team. Now, Jessie, am I right when I say over 2,000 promoters? Is that correct?
Yeah.
2,000 promoters and 128,000 customers. And let me tell you, there's a lot to be learned on how she motivates, inspires, but more importantly, I think what everybody watches is what she does, correct? People do what you do, correct? And so what you always portray is that you're always on. And I know I saw on your social media page, I think it was your Facebook page, you had actually kind of disappeared for a couple of days from Facebook, and people were actually messaging you going, hey, what's wrong? Where'd you go? Are you okay? Is everything all right? Because people are so, they just watch how consistent you are. And when all of a sudden there's a break in that cycle, well, then people are like, oh, well, what's happening, right? The game starts happening in the mind of what people are doing or what they're thinking or how things are going. So can you speak a little bit about your consistency as a leader and how you continually lead from the front with action? Because I think everybody is always trying to get ready to get ready.
Yeah, so again, that's sort of knowledge on ice, right? So a few things in that. First of all, guys, it was one day I didn't post. One day! And I had messages of, oh my gosh, did something happen in Vegas? Oh my gosh, were you abducted? You haven't updated your Instagram story in 14 hours. Did you go on a date? Like, what happened? Where are you? Like, it was ridiculous, guys. I'm like, it's 14 hours. So I had to make a status, like Shane said, to be like, guys, like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. But if you don't think your team is watching you, whoa, they watch everything you do. They know what color your underwear probably is. Like, I'm telling you, they are little stalkers. The people who are doing absolutely no volume are spending all their time nitpicking your life. That's what they do, okay? Like, that's what they do. The second thing I would mention is what Shane said in the customers to rep ratio. to be doing $3 million in sales with 2,000 people on our team. It's like 2,200 people, but it's not heard of in network marketing. This company, Pruvit, is a customer game, y'all. Okay. And it goes back to what I just talked about, which was quit trying to set people's goals. Some of y'all are recruiting people because you hear, oh yeah, I got $1,300. Who cares? You will literally make more money if you let them buy $1,300 of ketones. Y'all know that? You don't know that, or you would stop signing people who don't want to run a business. Okay? Stop recruiting everybody just because they have the money. Let them be a customer. If they want to promote eventually, fantastic. I love it. Okay? But I want a raving fan, not somebody who's just got $1,300 to throw around. All right? This game pays you way more money if it's in the customer pods. Second thing you need to know about the customer pods is that you are literally, you're missing a whole bonus that you probably don't know about in your back office. That is the residual customer bonus. I believe that's what it's called. Y'all don't even probably know this, but I'll use names right here. If I recruit Shane, well, okay, first of all, me. Do y'all know that all of us make 20% off of our own customers? Do you know this? Just nod your heads. Don't be like, yes. Just nod your heads or use chat. Okay. Do you know how much I make off of Shane's customers? Okay, that's a no. This is out of the unilevel. So this has nothing to do with the 5555, whatever it is, like whatever our commission is. Totally separate bonus. If I recruit Shane, I make an extra 5% just off his customers. Does anyone know how much money I make off of Crystal Hobbs customers if Shane Friels recruits Crystal Hobbs? Does anyone know?
10, isn't it?
10% off of Crystal's customers. Me, not Shane, me. Does anyone know what percentage I make off of Diane's customers if Crystal recruits Diane? So Shane is my recruit. Shane recruits Crystal. Crystal recruits Diane. Does anyone know?
10.
Jennifer knows because she's doing these hand signals. Jennifer's the only one on this entire call who knows. 15% off of Diane's customers. And I want to put this into perspective for you because this is totally separate from all our other bonuses, all our other pools, all our other whatever. And you're never going to get taught this at any convention and by any upline who is focused on group volume. But you will learn it from me because I'm focused on our team making money, just like I'm focused on you making very real money for your families. You okay with that? Just nod your head if you're okay with me teaching how to make money for your family. Okay, that bonus alone, and I do not have the biggest check in Pruvit. I have a big check, obviously. That bonus alone last month was $44,000 for me. What is you even doing, baby? That's your team volume. That's your 1, 2, 3 levels of teammates, but they're customers. So quit going, recruit, just recruit everyone. You're screwing yourselves over. You're screwing your teammates over. You're screwing those people over. You're actually screwing all of us over because what happens when you recruit Liz and Liz doesn't want to be recruited? Liz wants to be recruited. She's on the Zoom. She's coachable, right? She smiles. Good. All right. She gets mad. She starts talking to her friends, and she goes, oh, Pruvit's terrible, awful. Nobody even wanted to buy it. Oh, my gosh, it's a high-pressure environment. It's just so high pressure, okay? I just wanted the drinks. Anyone hear this? I just wanted the drinks. Okay? She would have been a great customer. She might have had an auto ship running of $600 a month, but y'all pushed her into being a promoter. You screwed over everyone. And I know that's a weird, you've never heard that before, but I drill that into our team. It's why our team's team volume is almost 1 million BV a month. That's where the money is. I don't know why I got off on this tangent about how to make y'all more money, but there are numbers you should focus on, and the numbers you should focus on are your customer numbers and your team volume numbers if you want to drive your check. And if you didn't write that down, you don't like money, sounds like a personal problem, because I do. All right, so.
Well, we all got, but here's the thing, is that we got onto that subject because I was asking about what you do on a daily basis.
I know. My next tip is consistency. I wrote it down, okay? I'm the most consistent human ever, though, okay? My routine is so strict. It's crazy. The only reason I'm out of any kind of flow right now is because I just moved across the country, and I'm still in flow. I still have my morning routine on lock, still work out every day, still eat pretty much the same. Even during the move, whatever. I'm very consistent because it's how people know that they can trust you, right? And this isn't just your team. This is also yourself, how you trust yourself. This is also how your customers look at you. And that might sound crazy, guys, but people are really looking to be led, and they want to be led by somebody they know they can believe in, and they want to be led by somebody they know that they could, put in front of their family and they're going to get the same kinds of, results over and over again. Like on my Facebook Lives and on my Instagram and whatever, and even on this Zoom, y'all have never heard me or seen me cuss ever. You haven't, right? I don't. So that consistency of not cursing, this is an example, because some of you are like, F-bomb, 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 I don't care, that's fine. But that consistency has allowed people to know that they can watch my videos with their children, with their parents, with their friends, at church, at whatever, because they know that I don't have a potty mouth, right? What about your business? Like some of you show up on Monday and then you touch your business again like 10 days later. That doesn't work for business. You're literally having to restart the wheel over and over again. If you would do a mixer every single Wednesday, or even, 5 days a week, I don't care, do whatever, it would be so easy. Your presentations would get faster. Everything gets easier. You start finding out what makes people laugh. You start finding out what lines close people. You start finding out what scripts work better for people. You start it's like, it just goes faster. You look at people, you go, how are they making that kind of money? Guys, my first month in Pruvit, I didn't make much money. My second month, it got bigger because I just kept going faster and doing more consistently. I just kept spinning the wheel faster and faster and faster. And when you stop, and then you pick it back up again, and you stop, and you pick it back up again, some of you on this call and in general, you're gonna have a rough December. Like the rest of December is gonna be rough for you. And getting picked up again in January is gonna be rough until a sale comes or something like that, right? That's not how business works. You have to keep going. If you have been working December, even if you're like, where are the sales? If you keep consistently doing it and not getting disenfranchised in your mind and you stay so fired up about it, January is gonna roll around, which is weight loss month anyway, people, okay? New year, new me, yeah, whatever, okay? Like, you are gonna roll into January like a rocket ship. You're gonna blow past your up lines, you're gonna blow past your cross lines, you're gonna blow past your friends. People are gonna be like, who even is John? John worked December, fools. Y'all took Napa noodles and looked at Christmas trees 17 days in a row for no reason. They still look the same, right? Like, y'all, what are you doing? John works, why didn't you? Don't get mad when Kevin's making more money than you in 90 days because you didn't feel like working in December and all but Thanksgiving was in November. Thanksgiving is one day, dude. Christmas is one day, okay? New Year's Eve is one drunk night. Like, why do y'all have to be drunk the whole month of December? I do not know. Like, it is one day. Work your business the whole flipping month, the whole flipping year. Next thing you know, you got a whole different life. Like, I just told you at the beginning of this, I grew up poorer than poor, and it was a reaction and a direct reflection of bad decisions from my parents that they consistently performed over and over and over again. Y'all don't wake up broke one day, right? It doesn't happen one day, just like you don't get rich after one day, okay? And if you win the lottery, you're gonna be rich for one day, then you're gonna be broke the next day because you spend it all, because you don't know what it's like to work, right? It's consistency, it's consistency in everything. Like I said, this is like the hot body team. Y'all don't look so hot because you showed up at the gym one time. Y'all don't look hot because you ate one good meal. No, y'all been drinking your ketones, you've been showing up and getting your flex on, see you, whatever. Like, everything is consistency. Relationships. You can't have a good relationship if you show up one time a month. Go ask your wife, okay? You can't show up one day a year and be like, hey, baby, I bought you a ring of whatever. She's going to be like, where you been the other 364 days, fool, right? You've got to be consistent in everything. You're going to lose all your friends. You can't be friends with somebody who shows up when it's convenient for them, and you want to have one of those, right? Like, yeah, that ain't my friend, right? That's how husbands turn into husbands, right? Like, where you been? Okay? You've got to be consistent in everything you do. And the best part is it is a muscle that you flex. So when you're consistent in one thing, it's funny how you find freedom in your discipline, right? Like, it becomes very easy. You become so free. Wow, I got a lot more free time. Why? Because my day goes like this, right? I knew I could come on here at 7 o'clock because I know what happens at 7 o'clock, right? On Sundays. I already know. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can jump on at 7. Consistency, consistency, consistency. It will pay you because consistency compounds. Know about compound interest in a bank account? Some of you don't, but it's when your money starts working for you, right? Like, consistency, compound interest, y'all. The more you show up, that consistency starts to compound into real tangible income. It really does. And your team starts looking at you differently. They start showing up differently. They start talking differently. They start expecting things differently. And I don't know, I'm a consistency queen. Y'all can always, I don't know, I could go on that forever, but you want a big business or even a little business that always pays you for a long time, you've got to be consistent.
So, and thank you for that, Jessie, because I think everything you're saying is gold tonight. Like, I'm just like, preach it. Just keep preaching it, because it's funny, because it's like listening to your parents. Sometimes I say all that, and it's like, it goes, choo, choo, for the team. They're like, what did he say? I don't know what that team call was about. And then you come on here and you go, wham, and you slap them right in the face, and they're like, hey, man, thank you, Jesus. I hear you. And that's the best part of it, is that it is exactly what we have all been saying for those that have been down that road and that have had some success and that get what this is all about how you truly dive in. And you got to grind when you don't want to grind. You got to show up when you don't want to show up. You got to go make the calls when you don't want to make the calls. You got to send the text when you don't want to send the text. You got to get on the Zoom when you don't want to get on the Zoom, right? You got to do a Facebook Live when you don't want to do a Facebook Live. So I think all the things that you keep saying are exactly, I love it, because it's like you didn't reinvent the wheel. Nobody that has ever hit success has ever really reinvented the wheel. The only thing that you are telling everybody is that you went and did it. You just, like any entrepreneur that has hit $1 million, every single person that I've talked to or that I follow or that I, admire, is that they are consistently in action all the time. It's just, you've been moving across the country for the last 5 days. Have you stopped your business? No. You were doing a Facebook Live, you were driving across the country. You constantly are showing up in your business and for your team. And I love that, because that's true leadership, guys. That is true leadership. And I think the other part is that you don't want to go follow or take somebody's advice that is not where you want to be. If they are not where you want to be, why would you be listening to them? Right? I want to be where you are. So I am listening to you. That's what I love. I listen to people that are where I want to get to, that where I want to lead other people to. And you are the example of that. So thank you for being that and for being consistent with that. To kind of close this call out, I'm going to have you finish up with going back to those first 3 levels. And now coming back to me, I hadn't looked at that in a while, but you're exactly right. Because Pruvit actually pays us to have depth in the team. They pay us 5% on the first level, 10% on the second level, and 15% on the third level. You're exactly right. And I'm glad you brought that up, because when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, like that's huge. You're exactly right. That is a huge payout. And in that team level, that 5, 10, 15, when you're making 15% on your third level on customers, like, yeah, you should be going out there and you should be knocking it out, helping people get customers, not to go get promoters, right? Just because they have the money to go promoter. I've always said, you don't need to have anybody become promoter unless they really want to go do this. That's what I love about our model. It's really not MLM-ish. There is no pressure sale. It is really truly about a customer experience and why we want customers, and then why we don't want anybody to go promoter unless they truly want to share this. So to finish this out, let's kind of, I guess, let's make a full circle of what is it that you are, I guess, pushing right now for December. And I know you kind of talked a little bit about it, and it's like, Christmas is one day, but in the, I guess, the kind of the takeaway, the kind of get into action that we want everybody to walk away from this Zoom and this Facebook Live tonight to go, you know what, I can go do this right now for the next 15 days to finish out the month of December strong. What would you say to your team, or what have you been saying to your team to get them into action for the next 15 days?
Sure. So before I give you that really quickly, because I do have some really good directives for you. If I feel like I'm preaching to you, I'm super nice. So I just want to kind of get that out there. If you're like, whoa, she's kind of scaring me a little bit. I'm actually a big mush ball. But I don't know. I don't usually teach on Sundays, so I just want to get that out there. I'm a big mush ball. I love all y'all. All right, so I'll give you a couple really good ideas. I tend to have a bit of a creative mind, so we'll see what kind of comes out of my mouth. But one thing I love, and hopefully you've done this if you haven't already, is you can utilize utilize the image. I'll show you if you haven't already seen it. It's on Pruvit's Instagram page right now, and I'll actually show you exactly what I've done so far. And it'll probably freak y'all out. So what I would do is I would go grab the photo of the blurred out new flavor that the rank 8s heard about on one of our calls the other day.
Yep.
And let me see where that picture is. Hold on. I'm trying to find it in my page. So grab that photo. And what you can do, because I don't talk Pruvit at all on my personal wall or anything. You might have noticed that already about me. Well, I can't even find this picture. This group is going too fast. But let me just show you. Let's go to Pruvit's fate page. Did y'all see that blurred photo? Do you know what I'm talking about? The new flavor that's coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all holding it up. Perfect. So grab this photo if I were you, and I would crop it so that there's none of this extra just Pruvit, none of this whatever. Go ahead and ask your Facebook, maybe if you have a group, maybe you'll all have a customer group, maybe you have whatever. You could ask your page if you're somebody who maybe doesn't talk about Pruvit all the time. This is a great idea. Just post it on your something. And really simple. Don't say, ooh, Pruvit is coming out with a new flavor of ketones. Ketones do this. Da, da, da. No, don't do any of that stuff. Okay, guys, it's too salesy. Just post it and say, brand new flavor coming. Drop below what flavor you think it is. And whoever is right when we find out will get a gift from me. Okay, guys, a gift could be a sachet of ketones. I don't care. Make the gift whatever. Maybe it could be a virtual hug, whatever. I don't care, right? But you're going to get a ton of interaction because if we're trying to boost our Facebooks, our social, our Instagram, or whatever, you need a lot of interaction, you need a lot of comments. So just ask them, what do you think it is? Because y'all don't know what it is. Only the 8s and above know what it is, right? So that's a really good idea. You guys could all do that. You'll get a ton of interaction. The second thing I'd make sure you do, if you don't already have one, does everyone have a customer chat of your own? No? Okay. Start a customer chat, especially knowing January is around the corner. And you could do this a couple of ways. You could reach out to everyone you've sold a trial to. You could reach out to everyone you've sold a box of ketones to and just say, hey, I was going to start a chat where every single day I'm going to provide some type of value. And that can be anything, guys. It could be you cheer them on every day. It could be you remind them to drink their ketones every day. It could be you drop a recipe in there once a day. It could be whatever, okay? And you can say, I'm thinking about creating an accountability chat for my customers. Would you be interested in being added? And you can do it on WhatsApp. You can do it on Facebook. You can do whatever. But you just start an accountability chat. You can get a lot of really good interaction in there. And then when you provide value every single day in there, whether you're making them laugh, like I said, like maybe a funny meme, or it could be something more, keto related, maybe a keto fact. Then when there are flash sales, and then when Reboot does come on sale, and you've got a ton of sales because you can then drop that, right? So that is helping our team a lot. Like today with the bone broths, our team has done a ridiculous amount of volume today simply because we have so many customer chats going. So when we had the bone broth come out today, we were able to go in our chats and here's what we said, and you guys can do this too, steal this. We made posts in our customer chats, and you can do this wherever, and we just said, is anyone not rebooting because they don't like the way the broths taste? Like being human, guys. Like some people think that salted caramel tastes like salted poop, right? They're not drinking it. They're not rebooting with us because it's terrible. Like our taste buds are all sensitive and everything's sweet. Anyone else like, oh my gosh, it's so true. Like I just haven't said anything. Okay, well, hi, Jessie Lee is the honest police. So honesty is the best policy. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about it. All right, it's a problem. So I was so for real about it to them. I was like, all right, who up in here is not rebooting, did not buy a reboot? I did this yesterday with the Keto Excel sales. I said, who's not rebooting because you don't like how the stuff tastes, it's too sweet? Yeah, oh my gosh, like the broths or the salted caramel, too much, and da. I said, awesome. I was like, y'all need to go right now and buy this French onion bone broth. And I took a picture with the bone broth. I said, and I've tasted it, so I'm not even lying to y'all. It's legit. And they were like, you swear? And I was like, it's like the thyme, but it's even better. And they're like, oh, we love the thyme broth. Tons of sales. A lot of you guys are just too salesy. You need to talk to people like they're people, right? I love taste tests. So something you could do on your wall, or just record a quick video, or in your customer groups or whatever. I don't know what y'all have. Something I like to do is I always do a taste test video live of the ketones. So and I don't always like them. I'm so real with people. Like I don't like fairy dust cold at all. I think it's disgusting. I think it's a mistake. Okay. That's me, but I won't lie to my customers. So I drink it and I was like, oh, y'all I don't know, I was like, if you like cinnamony, like holiday flavors, you will like it, but look, it's not my jam. And then I was like, just stay on for a minute, and I warmed it up. Have y'all had it hot? Okay, it's really good hot. So I made it hot, and I was like, oh, this is like a good like apple pie tea. Okay, I was like, y'all don't do I was like, y'all need to go buy it right now. You need to boil some water in your electric tea kettle and get you some fairy dust. And they were like, oh, thank you for not lying to us. Thank you for telling us what tastes good. You start building trust with your customers when you do stuff like that. But always live taste tests, because then they know that you're not, you know, fibbing to them. They know that, like, because they'll watch your face. If you have a partner, if you have kids, if you have whatever, use them on live video to taste test these things. And again, it goes back to what I said. You can't influence yourself to go buy French onion bone broth, then why would I ever buy from you? So first thing y'all need to do is y'all need to go buy your product. I don't care if you give it away to your family members at the holidays. I don't care if you donate it to the food bank, okay? I don't care. Like, you need to be leading from the front. You need to lead as the example, and you also show your customers that too. Let them know, hey, it's a $130 free gift when you buy 2 boxes of bone broth tonight, and it's an amazing French onion flavor. You could also make a post. Here we go. I told you I get creative. I don't know if this just keeps coming out of me. It's like a fire hose. You can make a post of like a picture of a French onion soup that looks super yummy and be like, anyone a French onion fan? And then be like, does your French onion soup help with gut health, help with digestion, help with, hi baby, help with whatever, all the other stuff that Shane can tell you that bone broth does. Okay, like, does it do all these things? Then you can be like, mine does, and all you have to do is mix it with hot water. You know, drop the word info below if you want more info. I don't know, guys. Like, all these little things, those are, yeah. I don't know why John has so much AC11. Maybe he should take more of it. I don't know. I don't know why you're holding it up. That's not broth. Like, what's happening? Yeah, he's going to taste test AC11, right? There you go. I can see it falling behind your head, friend. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, just do more stuff that is actually really you. Like, I think sometimes we think that salespeople are like slimy and like, how does she sell all this, whatever? It's not that at all. It's just that I'm so real that people know they can trust me. So hopefully that helps you guys out.
Love it.
I feel like
everybody give Jessie, unmute, give her a big thank you, guys. Unmute, give Jessie a big thank you.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much, Jessie.
Sorry I kept you so long.
Thank
He said
you.
15 minutes, and you know, I just can't help myself sometimes.
No, I was just hoping that the Jessie would show up that I've seen every time, and you did, man. You showed up, and I just let you do your magic. That was the best part of it. So thank you again for being on tonight. I mean, you're a doll. We are so glad to have you in Texas. And thank you again for just everything that you do by leading from the front and being a part of the company, going out there and being a voice for so many of us that are all trying to do this and be better all the way around. So appreciate you. Thank you again. Guys, this is recorded. We will have the link posted for you to share with your teams. So again, love each and every one of you guys. Everybody have a great night. Thank you, Jessie. You're awesome.
Guys, have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you at the next event. For
All
sure.
right. Bye-bye.